Hey friends, happy Thursday. Welcome to Hot News, game stuff. Let's talk about everything after I tell you about today's video sponsor, Displate. You like the Goku? You like other gaming displays? Well, you can check them out at the link in the video description, which is displate.com/UFDTechOfficial. Pick one up, they're amazing. Enter coupon code UFD to save 15%. Get dope metal prints. I'm gonna miss them when we finally leave South Africa. Hopefully we can get new ones, but they're also too heavy for me to bring as luggage, especially with everything else I have to bring back. It's a weird thing moving your life across the entire world, my friends, I'll tell you that much. But you know what else is weird? Going 7 years without a Medal of Honor game. But you know what? Respawn Entertainment says no more, because yesterday at Facebook's Oculus event, we found out that Respawn is indeed making a brand new Medal of Honor game. It's amazing. Medal of Honor's back. Call of Duty and Battlefield don't have to plague us anymore, except one, it's Respawn, and depending on how you're looking at them due to the whole Apex debacle, it might not necessarily be something that you're super excited about. But number two, it's a VR exclusive game, which again, may be something that you might be excited for or not. FPSs, in my opinion, don't typically do well as a VR game, but hopefully Oculus and Respawn can make this worthwhile, work is the word I'm going for. So if you want to see the trailer for Medal of Honor Above and Beyond Oculus Edition, you can check it out at the link in the video description. It's exciting, it's also kind of disappointing, but I long for the days that we're not trading crappy titles between EA and freaking Activision on what war game we're gonna get. Bring back Medal of Honor, please. Although that's still technically EA. Crap. And then slightly more Oculus news is that the Quest is getting an update that will allow hand and finger tracking so that you won't have to rely on a controller anymore to interact with your virtual reality world, which can be great. If the technology has come along, it's fine. If it hasn't, this is gonna be a huge and total flop. I'm not necessarily excited about it until I start hearing other people say that it works. But also, Oculus made an announcement yesterday that makes no sense depending on how you're looking at it, and all of the sense if you're looking at it from a different perspective. And that is the Oculus Quest can now connect to a PC and play Rift games. And the reason this doesn't make sense is because the Oculus Rift S also exists for the same price point with worse resolution and a worse screen. So it's a strange thing that Oculus has chosen to do here. The Rift S that they released not even 2 months ago, and they promoted a whole bunch of YouTubers to flaunt this thing out there, they're now making obsolete with an update for Oculus Link, which I don't understand. And Mark Zuckerberg said your Quest is basically a Rift now. But what do I do with my Rift? Speaking of what do you do with, Reece, tell me, what does Hulu do with Ghost Rider?
They killed it, straight up.
Oh, they murdered.
Murdered. Hulu just shut down the entire Ghost Rider project that they had coming up with Marvel. They're citing a creative impasse which could not be resolved. It's unsure if Marvel was maybe planning to ship this to Disney Plus instead, or what the deal is, because something fell through somewhere along the line. The other series that was announced alongside with it, which was Hellstorm, is apparently still in the works, but this seems to be a rather new development, because the actor Gabriel Luna, who was supposed to play Ghost Rider like just a few weeks back, he stated how excited he was for the upcoming series, and so he got wrecked.
I think it's best just because Nicolas Cage is the only Ghost Rider for me in my heart. So I think leaving him is fine.
You're a bad man.
On the other end of the comic book spectrum, we got some hints at an upcoming Batman announcement. Warner Brothers Games is kind of teasing a new game in the Batman franchise that they've been doing, which was the Arkham series and all those, which people seem to enjoy. The new one is kind of teasing the Court of Owls, which is a secret society that controls Gotham City from the undergrounds. It could be an interesting new take on the Arkham series games.
It's not who I am underneath.
But what you do that defines you.
It's what I do that defines me.
Speaking of interesting new takes, Sony is having a new take that's not new at all. In fact, Xbox and Nintendo have been doing this for ages, and that is selling physical things directly to consumers instead of relying on third parties. I'm talking about just shipping games and consoles. You have a Nintendo store, you have an Xbox store, everything could be purchased from either one of these. Sony, for some reason, never did until now, where you can actually pick up consoles as well as controllers, as well as a certain select titles of first-party games games, as well as a couple third-party games, and then also PS Plus subscription. So if you want physical copies, ordering from Sony directly is now an option. You know what's also about time? Battlefront 2 gets a co-op update, which gives a few new pieces to the game, as well as a new character, as well as a new skin for Luke Skywalker. You can play as Farm Boy Luke Skywalker, which is great. But you know what farm boys have never heard of? Video games. Specifically games that a lot of people play, which is Teamfight Tactics, which Riot has announced has 33 million players a month. That is crazy. Riot Games is blowing away anything that anybody on Steam could be reporting right now. League of Legends is reporting 10 million peak concurrent players a day. That's insane. This is wickedly a lot of cash for them. And then also, Witcher. Netflix just got a new image. That's basically it. We have a release date for it. It's in December. It's cool. Now we have a picture. I just can't wait for the game to get here. Speaking of a game to get here, Reece, give us the game to get here, Destiny 2 update.
Bungie just dropped their launch trailer now for Shadowkeep, which is launching in less than a week on October 1st, I think. The trailer basically details all the new stuff coming. You know, they're trying to build hype around it. The return to the moon, all the shadow enemies that you have to like actually go back and defeat. So it's like Crota and all the old Destiny 1 enemies are making their comeback. It's basically a Destiny update for the OG fans.
Are you excited for it?
I'm actually kind of excited now.
Are you gonna play it?
Probably not. But yeah, they showed off the new armor system, exotic quest, finisher style melees. Just, you know, a little bit of teasing here and there. But that comes out now October 1st. And in keeping up with that, Shadowkeep Preload is now available on Steam. So they're finally doing the proper switch over from Battle.net now with the Shadowkeep launch. Basically, they're trying to migrate everyone over. You still get support on Battle.net, but the future releases and stuff will all be based on Steam.
Speaking of future releases, let's talk about a future release from the past, which is somebody, a YouTuber specifically, used Dragon Quest Builders 2 and recreated a Link to the Past after spending 150 hours of constructing it. We're not going to spoil too much for you. Suffice it to say that he posted a teaser trailer of this, which you can check out right in the top right-hand corner. Go watch his videos, go support this. But a very creative way of making that work. And then also, Mafia apparently has updated some trademarks, which indicates that we might be getting a Mafia 1 and 2 remaster, which is great. And you know what else is great? Death Stranding apparently won't require a PlayStation Plus in order to access its multiplayer mode, because it's not really a multiplayer mode. It's like this weird, ambiguous, people are there, but not really. You're not playing with friends, you're playing about friends. And that's a strange thing. You know what else is strange? The fact that they're making a Jurassic World 3 after the second one sucks so much. Obviously, it made a lot of money, but it's going to be bringing back a lot of the original Jurassic Park stars, such as Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, which, that's great.
You're dead. You crazy son of a dead.
Speaking of weird old dudes, Gears of War 5 was tested at AK by Tweaktown with the RTX Titan RTX graphics card. 24 gigabytes of VRAM, cost you a cool $2,500, and the results were less than spectacular, with getting around freaking 19 FPS on ultra settings at AK, which is pretty awful, and also indicates one of the things that you're going to be hearing about the next generation of console launches, that they have 8K support. That means you can view videos at 8K. That don't mean you can play games at 8K. There is zero chance that the Project Scarlet or PlayStation 5 are going to have the performance of a Titan RTX. Like, I'd be surprised if they were even reaching RTX 2060 levels. So 8K support, not 8K gaming, my friends. Keep that in mind. And you know what else you need to keep in mind? The fact that Borderlands 3 is the fastest selling game in 2K's publishing history, which includes such notable games as BioShock, all of the NBA games, the WWE games, Civ 6, like, it includes so many different games. 2K ain't no small publisher. The fact that Borderlands 3 is the fastest selling 2K game of all time is quite insane. So is Gogeta, and he's now on Fighter Z, or Fighters on Dragon Ball, the fighting game. You can now be Gogeta. You know you want to. You know what else I want? Reece to give me updates on Overwatch.
Overwatch just got a new patch now that is big enough for Blizzard to actually consider it a remaster, or that's at least what they're dubbing it. They've nerfed nearly half the roster, which is going to change up like gameplay dynamics completely. So people are being encouraged to actually go and check the patch notes because there's so much going on. The thing is, they've just launched it now live on a certain subsection of the PC gameplay. I'm guessing this is running as a test now to see how people respond.
Hopefully they're not gonna pull what Epic Games does for Fortnite and release a major patch right before the biggest esports events. That'd be awful.
That would completely wreck everyone's strategies. But yeah, that's kind of update 1.41. It's a big one. It's a big boy.
It's a big boy.
Big boy.
That's why I have this.
You know what else is big? This press stick. Let's go ahead and end this episode of Hot News there. I'm gonna stick a pin in it. We're done. Check out Displates at displate.com/UFD Tech Official. Look at how great that Goku is. The final space, the Cyberpunk. Just go check it out. Coupon code UFD, save 15%. Anyways, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Get subscribed to Hot News in case you like this. Say goodbye to Reese. Say goodbye to me. Goodbye.